Hello YouTube, this is ChardarYuGiOh here with another daily duel video on YGO Omega, and today we are playing Trap Eldlich. This is Pack's list from the extravaganza last weekend. We've played a few variants of Eldlich on this series. This is just a very unique take on the deck, and I wanted to try it out. Opponent gets to go first. Our hand seems very powerful. Not sure. Opponent sets a monster. Activates Red Eyes Fusion. I don't know if we have strong outs to a Dragoon in this deck. That could be potentially very bad for us. Draw a Conquistador, that doesn't do anything. We will lead on Extravagance. Go ahead and banish 6. Get a Gamma, get a Broken Line. None of this kills the Dragoon though. Activate Nadir Servant. If nothing else, we can hopefully get our opponent to discard a card, see what they're playing. What do we want to send here? This targets, I guess we don't really want to show our opponent we're playing that. Dump. Guess Soldier of Chaos is our out to the Dragoon. Dump Intis, grab Ecclesia. Effective Intis, target our opponent's set monster. Opponent thinking very hard if they want to negate this. Alright, it's a Wendy. We will activate Gamma. Try to negate Wendy. Get to summon Driver and Gamma. Normal summon Ecclesia. No effect. Set Strike, set Broken Line, set Scarlet, set Haquero, set Conquistador, but I'm not sure any of this matters. We can negate Dragoon twice, and then the opponent can't attack over Ecclesia. But that keeps us alive. It stalls the game for a while, but I don't think stalling the game for a while is a realistic, sustainable plan. Well, chain Broken Line, negate Dragoon. Yeah, this is ridiculous. There is no way we are beating this Dragoon. We'll scoop this up. Like, we can summon a bunch of Eldlich traps. Oh, our deck is all not sorted. Alright, how do we out a Dragoon ever with this deck? Can summon BLS if we don't use Nadir Servant, but then we wouldn't have had materials. So BLS is our only clean out. Ultimate Falcon's just big and can't be stopped. We get to go. We are going first. Okay, so I don't think we think we just hope our opponent can't get Dragoon. Against Shaddoll's Torrential feels not great. We'll bring an anti-spell, bring an Imperial Order. Ice Dragon's Prison. Ice Dragon's Prison is another way we can potentially out a Dragoon, so we'll keep that one in mind. Do we want anything else? Aerial is cute. I don't know how likely it is we get it off. We have to send Opclone to the grave and have our opponent has to have cards we care about banishing. Kind of want to bring in Judgments. I guess if we're going first, Broken Line gets much worse because we don't know what zone we're trying to negate stuff in. So we'll bring in Judgment over Broken Line, and we'll try it like that. All right, we will go first. Draw a Driver, naturally. Set Trap Trick. Set Punishment. Set Haquero. Not going to set our whole hand, just in case our opponent has Lightning Storm or Feather Duster. Opponent just sets one. That's good. That's what we want to see. Opponent has another Red Eyes Fusion. That's bad. That's not what we want to see. Chain Trap Trick. Banish Ice Dragon's Prison. Set Ice Dragon's Prison. And this is looking remarkably similar to game one. Opponent summons Dragoon. That's fine-ish. Opponent sets a card. Goes to the end phase. We're going to activate Haquero. This is our one trap card for the turn, so if our opponent negates this, then we don't get to Ice Dragon's Prison, but I feel like any card our opponent could discard from their hand has to be worth more than our Haquero that does nothing. Okay, opponent agrees. Summon Haquero. We draw another Haquero. This is looking rough. So what we can do summon Link Spider. Set Conquistador. Set Haquero. Go to the end phase. Activate the Haquero Engrave. Opponent chains Dragoon, pitching Hedgehog. Will chain the prison. Target Hedgehog. Opponent's getting very greedy with this Dragoon negate. Chains Schism, but it's in the end phase, so they can't summon. Summon Hedgehog. Banish Hedgehog, banish Dragoon. Haquero's negated. But now we have Conquistador, Haquero, and Punishment. We're back in this game. I don't know why our opponent went to negate the Haquero. They knew we had the Ice Dragon's Prison. We do have a monster from our extra deck on the battlefield, which makes Shaddoll Fusion better. Very possible we should have tributed Driver over the Link Spider. Actually, we almost certainly could have done that because one of the cards in our deck is carded Demise. And getting the Driver out of our hand, Gamma's not doing anything at this point. Squamata, target the Link Spider. Alright, opponent's nice enough to blow up the spider for us. We will let that happen for sure. Opponent goes to battle, attacks a Squamata, activate Haquero, summon Haquero in attack position. Opponent can crash if they want. Opponent wants. In main phase 2, they can Schism. Just sets one. We have a lot of good top decks. I mean, hand was very suboptimal. We draw another punishment that is pretty close to about the worst thing we could have drawn. I don't think it's worth setting this. Try to pass the turn, see if our opponent's going to Schism. Opponent does not. Banish Haquero, set a Scarlet. Flips Wendy. Sure, we'll let that go. We don't necessarily want to, but opponent still does not have access to a light monster unless they're playing the actual Shaddoll light monster. Gets a set Aerial. Activates Shaddoll Fusion. Sure. Gets a construct with Nibiru in hand, Wendy on field. Only gets the effect of construct, though. Dumps Rash. Don't have a great Shaddoll to summon back with Aerial, though. Notable, they did not summon Construct in extra monster zone, so we know they're not going to Gravity Controller. Opponent's thinking. Activates Schism. Chain Conquistador. Chain Scarlet. Get a Golden Lord. Get a Conquistador. destroy the Schism. This being able to fuse using only the Grave is a massive source of card advantage for this deck. So I think getting Schism off the board there is pretty huge. Opponent's gonna Rash. Banishing something. Banishes Squamata. Flips Aerial. Effective Aerial. Targeting the Squamata. Gets the Squamata back in defense. Just happens to have back in defense. Has to be in defense, okay. If our opponent links these away or tries to go for rank 4, that would be really good for us. Opponent's down to a minute on their clock. $50 seconds. If they time out here when they still had the Dragoon set a monster start, we will take that win. Opponent link summons an Anaconda. Alright, on the summon of the Anaconda, target the Anaconda with punishment, dump Wind Pegasus to grave. Opponent gets priority. Attacks, destroys. Golden Lord, we will activate Pegasus, put Construct back in the deck. Very important, we can't let our opponent get the Schism back. Opponent passes. Oh, and Ice Dragon's Prison is a huge draw here. Effective Golden Lord. We would like to summon a zombie. And go ahead and use the effect of Scarlet now. Set Conquistador. Go to battle. Attack for 35. Main phase 2. Set Ice Dragon's Prison. Set Punishment. Go to the end phase. Effect of our Conquistador. Set another Scarlet. And now I like where we're at. Get a pop, we get another Golden Lord. Punishment is disrupt, and opponent concedes. All right. So I still feel like if our opponent had not chained the Dragoon to negate our Haquero and Grave, there's absolutely no way we should have won that game. I think our opponent made a suboptimal choice and we took advantage of it. I don't think that in any normal circumstance we would have won this game. Do we change anything? Torrential still doesn't seem great. Aerial, Christmas Land would be good. Waking the Dragon. Opponents didn't seem like they're going to play a lot of backrow destruction. Storm Duster to take out Schism could be worthwhile. The opponent will already have resolved it once by the time we can activate this. Maybe it's better than Judgment, though. Alright, I still don't like our chances against this deck. period. We don't have clean outs Dragoon. And going second with an all trap deck against a deck like Dragon Link is fine because we get cards like Witch's Strike, but Witch's Strike isn't great against the Shaddolls because they all float. Well, we have a powerful hand. Need to see what our opponent can set up, but we do things. Anti-spell is a little disheartening. Maybe you should have cited that out. I don't know if there's anything else that's better than it, though. Opponent's thinking. Opponent, 30 seconds on their clock. Shaddolls are a complicated deck. We shouldn't, we can't be critical of our opponent for taking their time. Has Rilliona, sure. Grabs Magistus Invocation. Do they activate the invocation? You can find out. Alright, activates the invocation. Sending Squamata. So they get 2 mills. It is nice that we don't, all of our cards aren't chainable, so we don't have to sit here and click no a million times. Dumps Wendy. Dumps Resh. So if they have the whole combo and just summon the Dragoon plus a bunch of Shaddolls, that's a problem. I wonder if this deck could play Super Poly only using our opponent's cards. We definitely have the space in the extra deck. Can summon Opcalone already. It's probably something you can trim here. Maybe Link Spider and Phoenix Imduck, maybe? Or just side deck the spells. I know when Pack built this deck, they spent a lot of time theorying all the cards in the extra deck. I know they all do something. But I feel like Super Poly is very strong in the Shaddoll matchup. And is a really good out to Dragoon, so just something I would try if I were building this deck. But I did not top any side events at the Extravaganza, so probably should just trust the experts. Opponent used a full half of their time already and concedes? What? So they can activate Resh, Banish, Wendy or Squamata, flip Ariel grab back either of those, Link summon somewhere. Maybe they meant to put Construct in the extra monster zone and summon Gravity Controller. Then they can summon back Construct instead of one of these. But either way, they definitely could have got to Anaconda, definitely could have got to Dragoon, and we do not have anything that deals with Dragoon. But we will take the win here, but I feel like our opponent, I don't even think we should have got to game 3, and then I don't think our opponent should have conceded game 3 either. But GG, we will take a win.